Cooking Diaries episode 11, Reverse Sear Ribeye Steaks. Let's cook. Because I am hungry, and this is only going to take like 30 minutes tops, more or less. So the first thing you're going to do is get some really nice cuts of steak. I know it can seem expensive, but I promise you it's cheaper than going to a restaurant, and you can make it just as good. So you're going to pat them dry, both sides and the sides as well. And then after that, you're going to heavily salt and pepper them. Don't be afraid to put a lot of salt because a lot of it will get seared off when it hits the hot pan. I like to season the sides as well so that every bit has flavor when you're eating your delicious steak. Forgot to mention to leave your steaks out on your counter for at least 30 minutes so they come to room temperature and so they cook evenly. While you're doing all this, preheat your oven to 250 degrees Fahrenheit or 120 degrees Celsius. Now, if you don't have a thermometer like this, it could be hard to gauge the temperature of the steaks, but I like my steaks rare, so I'm going to pull it at internal temp of 110 degrees so that way when I finish cooking it on the pan, it'll reach the internal temp of about 120, 125. If you like your steak cooked a little more, I'll put a little bit of a reference text on the screen for you. If you don't have a thermometer, that's okay. You can still do this. Just kind of keep an eye on it. Depending on the thickness of the steak, it could take from 30 to 45 minutes. I actually don't know what I'm doing here. I think I was doing a fit check, but I've forgotten. But anyways, let's get back to cooking. Now you have a good amount of time. You have about, like I said, you have about 30 to 45 minutes. I started to prep the veggies and I just made some broccolini on the side. Whenever I eat a very heavy meal like a steak, I like to pair it with some good veggies that are high in fiber. So when your steaks have reached your desired internal temp, you're going to pull them out and they're not going to look pretty. They're going to look kind of gray, but don't be alarmed. They will look just fine once you sear them off in the pan. So you're gonna get your stainless steel pan or cast iron. Both work better. Hit it with just a touch of oil. I used here avocado. Anything with high smoke point is fine. And then I like to sear off the sides first, get that nice fat cap. It'll add a little bit more fat into the pan as well. Maybe just about 30 seconds. After those 30 seconds have passed, like I said, these steaks are already cooked, so you're just doing this for a nice sear on both sides. You're gonna sear them on each side for about a minute. I would like to have used weight presses here, but I don't have any. So if anybody wants to send me some, please let me know. But that'll ensure a really nice even sear. So after that minute, you're gonna give it a flip. I threw in about a couple tablespoons of butter. And the key here is really waiting for it to froth and become brown, because if you start basting it immediately, that cold butter is gonna cool down your steak. So just give it some time, let it brown and get real nutty. And then you can start to baste your steak. You can add some aromatics here like garlic and rosemary or thyme. I unfortunately didn't have any of those, so I'm just going with a good old butter baste. And unfortunately, I actually forgot to record myself cutting it. I really thought I did. I couldn't find the video for the life of me, but the steaks turned out fantastic. This has really been a great way for me to eat my steaks. They do take a bit longer, but I think the flavor is worth it if you have the time. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support. Consider subscribing if you don't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Buen provecho.